Star Citizen's Persistent Universe is getting some work on some new gameplay features, which suggests to me, as they're being worked on at the moment, that they're probably planned for 3.8 or 3.9 alpha, from deeper mining gameplay to Volatile Cargo. We also have some details of other bits CIG have been working on, and additional CitizenCon Hype Info too. Gameplay and associated features have seen a lot of work over the last few weeks. Quantum fuel mining and refining mechanics are being worked on. So far, CIG have tackled several smaller features as part of this, such as introducing new mining lasers with different properties and consumables that can alter the mining process. The consumables might allow you to mine a particular type of rock or asteroid that might otherwise be incredibly hard or otherwise inaccessible, or instantly cool or reduce the energy in a rock to prevent an explosion, or even add a burst of energy to more quickly break down a rock. Mining lasers could allow you to consistently mine a particular type of rock, or allow you to mine it more easily. We know that quantum fuel may be something that mining ships can mine too, as it might be a solid. Expect the lasers to mostly allow for efficiency and have like different stats for dealing with resistance or volatility, or potentially even getting more sort of like yield from a rock. So there's going to be downsides to these different mining lasers. Maybe they'll overheat quicker, maybe they'll have slower mining, maybe they're more likely to put more energy into a rock quicker, so instability is a lot higher. We should start to see more minables and commodities in the near future as well. VFX artists have actually worked on improving mining effects, different beam types, and modifying the existing beams as well. A related but as yet undetermined feature is how to deal with dangerous and volatile cargo. They are building a management interface to allow players to monitor the status of their cargo. They also began designing the station refining UI that will allow players to take refining jobs, choose which elements they want to refine from their mixed minerals, and how they want to refine it. Refining will take raw materials and some alpha UEC and time to make potentially much more valuable materials that are easier to transport because there'll be less of them typically. Eventually this could be part of a larger crafting mechanic as well, or other missions that will require you to have refined goods. We know there are new missions coming to Alpha 3.8 with the 890 jump, prevent a hijack recently being confirmed. There's also various work on the upcoming active features system that will have player characters responding to temperature, among other things. Alpha 3.8 also is going to have a full close combat system added with blocking, dodging, knockdowns, takedowns, both armed and unarmed, heavy and light hits, lots of stuff going on there. We know that CIG are working on prison gameplay for Alpha 3.9. We should see some more details of that both next week and at CitizenCon the week after. There's a big push being made for procedural rest stops, the various interiors being sort of like worked out how they're going to fit in each of the stations that we currently have in game, so that the exteriors will match the interiors. There's lots of new areas for these rest stops as well now, so like food courts, lots of new shops, that sort of stuff, lots of new branding and the way the interiors look. They've been finishing off sound effects and VFX for 2 major upcoming ships. Quantum travel was revamped across all ships to better support shorter jumps. They also completed their work on the ongoing physics proxy refactor. They continued on soft body physics simulation for both characters and cloth, and they're adding physics level support to planetary wind, which obviously will be useful for weather and effects on planets. Several optimizations to back-end persistence were also deployed to ensure all players can get into the game and enjoy it. They continued to work on the new graphics pipeline and render interface. This contains various optimizations and improvements and is a prerequisite for Vulkan integration for the future. If people ask you, isn't Star Citizen going to look dated by the time it's released? Well, this sort of stuff will make it look significantly better than it does now, and once we have a polish when it's sort of like released, so expect Squadron 42 after that's released, that Star Citizen's Persistent Universe will get quite a bit of a polish to its sort of like graphics and a lot of it, the way it looks and its lighting and all that sort of stuff, as well as being much more scalable to each system that it's run on. The unified deployment of all services developed and maintained by Turbulent was also completed. This will enable smoother future deployments and reliability of various services. There has been some further polish on VoIP and FOIP. There's been additional sort of refinements to rest stop interiors and space stations, weapons, ships, effects. Props worked alongside several other teams to create physicalized cloth assets. The development of large-size ship items continued and will be completed shortly, giving the Persistent Universe its first proper large quantum and jump drives. They have been setting up annunciator panels for ships, which included adapting the process for different models and brands. They also finished the latest restricted area implementation. Players can expect new UI messaging and guide tunnels to help them approach spaceports when it goes live. They are currently experimenting with improvements to atmospheric flight as well. For those of you that don't know, annunciator panels are sort of like at a glance in the cockpit of a ship, going to show you what's wrong with your ship if you're being targeted, do you have power problems, all that sort of stuff. So lots of information at a quick glance. Esperia has some new ship weapons that have been being worked on, both ballistic and laser cannons there. They are going to be finished soon. For FPS gear, the Bearing P6LR sniper rifle is heading onto its final art stage. They have also fixed a few issues with the combat knife and Animus missile launcher. For characters, they've actually started to refactor the engine code base for the DNA system, pipeline for DNA version 2, and facial runtime rig logic systems. Both systems have gone through phases of heavy R&D and subsequent tech hardening, so a refactor that will lead to greater modularity and versatility is the next logical step. The methodology and code behind the existing facial runtime rig logic for human heads will be generalized so that it can be applied not only to the face rigs of other alien species, but also their bodies. It will even work with the arbitrary rigs that drive creatures and other animated entities that will eventually populate planets and the wider universe in general. This will allow the team to dynamically and procedurally create unique-looking variants for a limited size pool of manually authored assets. There was some additional CitizenCon information as well in the monthly report. They've worked on getting a beloved Spectrum star prepared for his return to the limelight and worked on various things for CitizenCon and beyond. Assuming that it will be Jax McCleary, who is basically Space Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear and is going to be used for promo and ship videos during CitizenCon and the Anniversary Expo. They've also spent some time finalising a few important ships for upcoming patch releases and CitizenCon. Audio worked closely on their upstream departments on something very cool for CitizenCon. There's apparently some exciting but equally secret things for CitizenCon that they've been working on for the last few months. They're prototyping features for the next few releases as well at the same time. The narrative team spent some time working on a couple of upcoming events. The specifics of CitizenCon can't be discussed yet, so they can't tell us what those events are, but so much of the event takes place in lore. Narrative provided vital backstory scripts and more to help support the events and the content that will be shown. So regarding this, there's been some suggestions that Port Olisar may be destroyed and potentially replaced at CitizenCon with a new station. There are a lot of rumours of something attacking and destroying the station. That could just be a rumour, or there might be something more to it. But what do you think? What do you think we'll see at CitizenCon? Are you excited for Alpha 3.8 and upcoming gameplay this year? Are you looking forward to new minables and deeper mining gameplay? Do you think Port Olisar may be destroyed at CitizenCon? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For November, it's for a Cutlass Black game package and CitizenCon 2948, last year's goodie pack. All you need to do for a chance of winning is comment on any of my videos made during November 2019. More details below. A quick bit of shilling as well. Shadow provide remote access to high-spec gaming PCs as a subscription service, so you don't need to maintain your own gaming PC. You can leverage the power of your internet to turn your phone, tablet, laptop, or home PC into a monster. They are taking pre-orders for their new hardware configurations, scaling for 4K gaming, up to 32 gigs of RAM, and a GeForce Titan RTX, which I am very much looking forward to playing Star Citizen on. Links below, and use the code BoredGamer to get a discount. I also use NordVPN, which I've decided to continue to support as they appear to have one of the best VPN services currently available at an affordable price. If you're looking for a VPN, consider them, links below. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you would like to share my video, comment, subscribe, like, all that sort of jazz, ring the bell, that all helps content creators. Also, if you want to further support the channel even more, there's Patreon, there's direct donation, there's the YouTube join button as well, which gives you access to some more exclusive content from me. Thank you very much for watching. You take care, and I'll see you
in the verse.